Stars, the royal family drama is like jazz. It's not just the notes that are being played, it's the pauses, the silences. Why didn't we get photos of all of Queen Consort Camilla's children hanging about at Sandringham at Christmas, while King Charles's own children are scattered and divided? There seems to be so much heat about all of King Charles's children: Harry, Meghan, William, Kate, but curious silence and a lack of critique of probably, I think, the most clever player of them all. The long, long, long game. Other spouses, a whole bunch of children, and now who's sitting in the catbird seat whispering to the Daily Mail and all these other rags that get printed on the Daily over there in the UK? They just can't stop picking on the children, the junior royals, no matter where they are in the globe. Now they can't understand why Prince Harry is wearing a coat when he's out for a jog. You do know that California is the desert. At night it's 40 degrees, even if it's 60 or 70 degrees during the day. And if you're in that transitional moment, right, we have marine layer, it stays chilly and wet until 10, 11, or 12 o'clock in the day, like, just scraping up whatever crumbs that was almost some kind of critical or skeptical story about everybody but Queen Consort Camilla. Indeed, Queen Consort Camilla's friends used to call her Lorraine, a play on Le Reine, right? Remember that show, La Reina del Sur, right? That's French or Spanish for the queen. Queen Consort Camilla has always wanted to be queen. She refused to even be called Queen Consort, and she especially did not want to be called Princess Consort, which was the compromise Charles and his staff worked out when Charles married Camilla in 2005. Back then, Camilla was loathed across the board, so Charles promised that when he became king, Camilla would be Princess Consort. Then in 2022, in Queen Elizabeth II's final months, Charles manipulated his mother into signing off on calling Camilla Queen Consort. So we really should just be calling her Princess Consort. As soon as Queen Elizabeth II was unalive, wouldn't you know, consort got dropped in a hurry. All of which to say, Camilla and her friends can nay their denials until they're blue in the face. But we've always known that Camilla waged a decades-long campaign all for this. Now that stupid new Robert Hardman biography of Charles admits as much too. Apparently, Camilla's friends always called her Lorraine, a play on Le Reine. Queen Camilla was affectionately given the nickname of Lorraine, a play on the French for the Queen, La Reine, by family and friends. Imagine. No shame about what was done and how Princess Diana suffered because of this disgusting little cuckold blank. By family and friends. The amusing revelation, amusing, is made in the latest installment of Robert Hardman's new biography of King Charles, being exclusively serialized by who? That rag, the Daily Mail. Back in the days when it seemed there was no question of the then Duchess of Cornwall becoming queen, Hardman writes, he's just, sucking up, right? None of that nuance about Princess Consort and having to ask even for that, and then pulling dirty tricks when Queen Elizabeth was, in her last weeks and months. Her family gave her the nickname Lorraine. She always saw the funny side of that, even if Prince Charles did not, says a friend. Her change in circumstances even came as a shock to Camilla herself. Hardman reveals that it took quite some time before the new queen would even respond to her new status. She's a player. She knows how to act offhanded, like, oh, I don't really care, when that's probably the whole point. Her ex-husband is still alive. I am still reeling from that piece of information. Passing references or memos or questions to Her Majesty would meet with blank looks until it suddenly dawned that they were referring to her. Oh, you know she was eating it up. Her presence has notably had a soothing effect on the king. And, like a lot of wealthy people, they can live in very guarded, isolated situations. So if you are a sycophant to your core, you know how to charm, make them the focus, learn what they think of themselves, and then reflect that back to them, mirror it, right? Classic narcissist tactics. You can weasel your way. You can get right up in there, into their coat pocket, snuggle up, and then you bare your teeth, especially in private, gossiping to the newspapers and aides and people who will, like Varys in Game of Thrones, do your bidding, spread your gossip, all while making sure that you and your spawn are seated at the table on Christmas, to the detriment of King Charles' own children and daughters-in-law and grandchildren. It's disgusting, in my opinion.